Mhm. I'm just reading Mark chapter 14, verse 10. And Judas Iscariot, yes, one of the 12, went unto the chief priests to betray him unto them. And when they heard it, they were glad and promised to give him money. And he sought how he might conveniently betray him. Yeah, conveniently betray him. And the first day of unleavened bread, when they killed the Passover, his disciples said unto him, Where wilt thou that we go and prepare that thou mayest eat the Passover? Yes. Now, I had never noticed this killing of the Passover. Yes. hmm hmm See, it must have been a certain number of days. Now, I'm thinking they killed a lamb for the Passover, but I don't know for sure. Yes. But it looks like Judas, right about the time of the killing of the Passover, had made an agreement with the chief priest to betray him. And when they heard that Judas Iscariot was planning on betraying Jesus, they were very glad about that, and they promised to give him some money. Yeah. And that he thought, well, how convenient to betray him at a certain location at a certain time. But there's this idea of the exact time of the killing of the Passover. Yes. Now, his disciples were aware that an animal had been sacrificed. Pow! And they thought, well, since we've already killed the Passover, we have to find a place to have the Passover. And then Jesus, he sendeth forth two of his disciples and saith unto them, Go ye into the city, and there shall meet you a man bearing a pitcher of water. Yes. Follow him. There was a man, yes, that was carrying a pitcher of water, and he said, Follow him. And wheresoever he shall go in, say ye to the good man of the house, The master saith, Where is the guest chamber where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? And he will show you a large upper room, furnished and prepared. There make ready for us. Now, it's kind of interesting to me, yes, that until the actual killing of the Passover, yes, they didn't really get concerned about, well, where are we going to have the Passover meal? Yes. But Jesus said that there was this man that was carrying a pitcher of water. Mm. Now, at that time, those two disciples, they're walking around looking for an individual that happens to have a pitcher of water. They approach the person and he said, We'd like to spend the Passover. Yes. And we'd like to do it at a location. Do you know where we're going to go? And then Jesus says, Wheresoever he shall go in, say ye to the good man of the house. Yes, the master saith, Where is the guest chamber where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? Yeah. Now, his disciples in verse 16 went forth and came into the city. And found as he had said unto them, and they made ready the Passover. And in the evening he cometh with the 12. And as they sat and did eat, Jesus said, Verily I say unto you, one of you which eateth with me shall betray me. Now, these disciples, right, were looking for an individual carrying a pitcher of water. See, it looks like something was prepared. Yes. But the awareness of the need of the Passover. Now, was this something that Jesus had personally negotiated with the individual carrying a pitcher of water? Did he say, I want you to go walk around the city just carrying a pitcher of water? Yes. And then I'm going to tell my disciples after I arrange for all this to happen, yeah, that I need you to go looking for an individual that's carrying a pitcher of water. Yes. Now, when you really think about how do you identify somebody? Yes. hmm Well, it was in the desert. Isn't that where Israel is, or Jerusalem, or wherever this took place? Yeah. I would think a lot of people are carrying pitchers of water. How do you know it's the right individual? Did they approach maybe 40, 50, 60 people while walking around? How did they know it was the right person? There's not a whole lot of description about why they were looking for the master saith, or something. Go ye in the city, and there shall you meet a man bearing a pitcher, yes, of water. Follow him, yes. Now I know it seems really dumb, yes. In the middle of the desert, right? Israel, pooch, hot as it is, yes. To leave Jesus to go walking around in the city looking for somebody carrying a pitcher of water. Yeah. But I would have thought that that was somewhat commonplace, like there were a lot of men carrying water for whatever reason. Ouch! Now, there was a well, or was it where? Well, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Phew. It sounds really stupid. He didn't say look for a guy 6'6". No, he didn't say look for a guy that has glasses on. No, he didn't say look for a guy that has. I mean, well, how do you know what individual you're to follow? Excuse me. Mhm. It sounds really stupid, yes, to tell your disciples, right, to go into the city. There you're going to meet a man that has a pitcher of water. Yes, in the middle of Israel. And follow him. Now, if I was a disciple, yes, I mean, an apostle, well, even quite possibly a disciple, yes, and you told me to go through the city looking for somebody right now, I would say, Master, that's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard in my life.